Hello everyone, and welcome to another DIY craft with your host, Miss Carmela. This time around, we will be making socks into bunnies. So to start out, I'm going to give you a list of materials that you will need. You will need a sock. Any size will do, any color. You will need scissors, ribbon, a marker, some rubber bands, and anything to fill your sock. For today, we will be using fabric, but you can use anything from rice to beads to beans, anything that you can fill your sock with. So, let's start out with our sock. Now, the length of our sock is a bit awkward in that there's a lot of space that we need to cover. I don't really need all of this space. That would be a very, very tall bunny. So what I'm going to do, which you do not have to, but I'm going to cut off the top portion of my sock just to start. I did this craft before and I found that it took longer to try to fill up my sock because of the length of it. So I found if I cut it, it was more manageable to work with. So now I have my sock at the length that I want it to be. I'm just going to open it up a little wider so that it helps me put my stuffing in. So I'm just going to fill up my sock with the fabric that I have. Like I said again, you can fill it up with rice or beans, or even like pony beads might work. Marbles, it's however you see fit, but I do recommend that if you are filling up your sock bunny with rice or beans or anything to that nature, you really want to put this sock inside of a glass or a large can so you can wrap it around. That way you can just funnel your material into the sock with less likelihood of there being any spillage. Because even though crafts can get messy, we don't want to make a really big mess. That just means more work to have to clean up. Alrighty, so I think I got a good base for my sock bunny. The other great thing is that they're very malleable, and malleable means that you can move them very easily. So I just want to make sure that my sock is able to move very easily. Now I see I have a lot of space up here. I'm going to push down my fabric even more so that I create a wide base for my bunny. And then I find that's helpful for me. So now that I have my base with all the fabric that I want, I'm going to then sort of keep an eye on where I want my base to be as I fill up the other portion for my head. Now, if you're using fabric, it is a bit more difficult to get the desired shape, but something that I've learned working with fabric is that you control the fabric doesn't control you. So you just have to be a little tough with the fabric in order to get it to work for you. Alright, so this is my base, this is my head, and this is going to be my bunny ears. Alright, so now that that's done being filled up to how I want it to look, we are going to tie it off with some rubber bands. The first rubber band that we want to tie off with is where our neck is, so the base of our bunny, and halfway up the sock you want to place a rubber band. So I'm just going to hold that area and put the rubber band around where I want my neck to be. This will also be where you're going to put your ribbon. So don't worry about how the rubber band looks, because you'll be covering it up soon anyway. Okay. He's a little lumpy, but that's okay. He's just a lumpy bunny. Right. So, now that we have that, we want to take another rubber band, and we want to make a little cotton ball bunny tail. Now, if you want to use an actual cotton ball and glue it onto your sock or any other way you want to do it, that's totally fine. Some of the fabric or any material that I have towards this little area that I want to create my bunny tail for. I'm now going to use a rubber band to tie off this little section. You can make a really big bunny tail or a really small bunny tail. It's up to you because this is your sock bunny. You can make it look however you want. So there's our little bunny tail. And now our bunny is coming together. It's starting to look like a bunny. Alright, the next portion that we're going to do is we're going to make the ears. This part is a little trickier, so pay close attention. So, the first thing you want to do is you want to flatten out the top of your sock, place your bunny on the table, and if you want, you can take a marker or crayon or chalk. I recommend chalk. That way it comes off, it can brush off much easier on fabric. But if you want, you can make a line down the center of where you would like your bunny ears, how big you want your bunny ears to be. Now, I cut my sock, so I'm going to have shorter bunny ears. If you did not cut your sock and you kept it at its full length, you can make your bunny ears look like floppy bunny ears. So if you wanted that desired effect, you can always do that and make them like flop over. But for me, I like my bunny ears to stick straight up. So I'm going to cut my bunny ears to a length that I think will stand up very well. Okay. So there's the first part of my bunny ears. See how I've cut the sock? They look like really big, weird bunny looks. Really weird looking bunny ears. So now that you have your bunny ears split up, you can shape your bunny ears if you wish to make them look more bunny shape. So what I have here is I have this portion, and what I did was cut a little bit off so it kind of comes to a bit more of a point. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. As soon as I match up the socks on each side, so my bunny matches. And again, you know, it's gonna be sort of difficult to get your bunny ears to look equal, but that's okay because we're having fun making a craft, and our crafts don't have to be perfect because bunny's ears in real life aren't perfect. They have lopsided ears too. Okay, so sort of the look I'm going for, but I'm gonna cut just a teensy bit off this side more. Really want to get that nice like point for my bunny ear. Oh, looks like I don't have to. I think I just wasn't holding it right. So there's my bunny ears. Now, once I'm done with my bunny ears, I again want to pinch where my head and my bunny ears meets, and then I want to take another rubber band and place it at the base of our head. Oh my gosh, he's looking so cute with his little ears. I can't stand it. I know I said I wanted them to be nice and tall, but them flopping over just a tad bit just looks so adorable. I love it. And that's the other cool thing about doing crafts. You have an idea of what you want to make, but as you go along, your creativity and uniqueness shines through, and you find that you learn some surprises about how to do crafts, and you make it more unique and more personal. That's why I really enjoy crafts. See, he's got his bunny ears flippy floppy. So now I got my tail. He's got his bunny ears. And all floppy. And now what I want to do is I want to create his face. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add the face to our bunny. Now you can use any color markers you would like. You can also glue on buttons or googly eyes. It's totally up to you. But I'm gonna draw my face on today, and I'm gonna start with his mouth. That to me is always the tricky part. So you want to kind of line up where your front of your bunny. So this roughly looks like my bunny's front. So that's where I'm gonna put his mouth and eyes. So his mouth, I'm gonna make a little X. You can make his nose or mouth any way you want, but there's his mouth I just made. And then in roughly the same area, I want to make his eyes. They're not going to be like his nose and mouth. They're going to be circles. Okay, let's do his other eye. Okay, and there's my little bunny's face. So now that this part is done, we're gonna embellish it. Embellishing means make it look nicer or prettier. And I am going to choose some ribbon that I have here. Not feeling that one. Maybe I'll do green. Why not? Green will look nice. So what I want to do is I want to take my ribbon and I want to tie it around his neck, like so. And I want to make sure that I'm covering his neck area. I don't want the rubber band to show through. And I have a very long ribbon here, so I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to do. Now, we're going to be making a bow. So you can make the bow in the front of his head or to the side. I'm going to go to the side. I'm going to go this side. And I just want to tie the ribbon like a knot around his neck. And then I want to make a bow. Now, there's many ways to make bows. The easiest way is however you tie your shoes. Now, Miss Carmela only learned one way. I do know how to do the other way, but I just feel more comfortable doing it this way. So I learned how to tie my shoes in any bow by making little bunny ears. So you want to take your ribbon, and after you tie your first knot, you want to take one part of the ribbon and you want to make a loop so it looks like a bunny ear. And then take the other one so you have a matching bunny ear. And then what I'm going to do with my bunny ears is I'm going to crisscross them like that. And I'm going to take one bunny ear and loop it through my hole that I have created. I'm not quite sure if you guys can see that, but I'm just going to take my bunny ear like this, and I'm going to pull it through. So there I have my bows, my little, oops, what's going on here? There we go. There we go. That's looking fancy. So you can make it any size you want. I'm going to choose the length of my bows that I want, and then I'm going to just make the knot tighter so that it doesn't come undone. Because just like tying your shoes, if you make the laces too loose, your shoes come undone more often, and that's not good because then you might trip over your shoelaces. Let me tell you, it's not fun. So you want to really make sure you tie your knot really tightly so it's harder for the bow to come undone. Now, I have a lot of this ribbon left over, and I don't want to have a lot of this ribbon. So I'm going to cut off some excess of the ribbon, but I'm going to keep a little bit on so that way I have a few tails. I'm just going to go, that's good right there. Right, there's one. Whoops. He wants to go back in his burrow. Because it's February. It's a little cold for bunnies to be out. Just a bit. They're still hanging out in their burrow. So, there. There is my little bunny bow for my bunny. You can make your bunny out of any material you want. This is Gunther, and I made Gunther out of black beans, some dried black beans I had in my cupboard. And that made him a little bit bigger, rounder than my other bunny because of the material I used. And using different types of material when you make your sock bunny can create very different and unique bunnies. And there you have it. Thank you so much for joining me today as we create our sock bunnies, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video. Bye-bye now.